You're watching Catch It Live First. We've got coming up for you Moto 2 race from Assen. We've just finished the Moto 3 race, so we won't mention that in case you're still waiting to watch it. No spoilers. Get everything set up here. There we are, the chat's up and running. Feel free to use it. Come and say hello. Let us know who you think's going to be winning. Who you think's going to be losing. Is it right that Joe Roberts won't be allowed to race because of the 48-hour rule? He's had a general anaesthetic yesterday, in case you missed it. He did his collarbone. They're saying he's not broke it, he's just had it re-strengthened. So we'll find out. But either way, he cannot race today. We'll go through the top 10 qualifying from Assen. So it finished with Aldeguer on P1, Aguirre P2, Garcia P3. We've got Gonzalez 4, Adrian Lopez in 5th, if you know, you know. Arenas 6th, Arbolino 7th, Moreira 8th, Dixon in 9th. He's struggling a little bit this weekend, getting his suspension set up. And Celestino Vietti in 10th. The guys are just getting ready to go on the warm-up lap. Quick shout out. If you've not subscribed already, please do so. If you have subscribed and you're watching the videos, even if it's just for 30 seconds, please hit the like button. We need help getting more likes. And if you would like to click the notifications bell, you can keep abreast of what we've got coming up. Like after this Moto 2 race, we've got the Moto GP race. Then later on today, we'll be doing a live watch along, England playing Slovakia in the Euro 2024 knockout stage now. They've not been doing too well recently, have they? Hopefully today we'll have a change of fortune. If you're a Slovakian fan, Petra, I know you are, you'll be hoping England carry on in the same vein that they've been going. But we're not here for football, we're here for MotoGP. If you look over here, I can't get copyrighted because I own this. This is me, Jimmy James. That's me in Portimao in the dry. That's me in Portimao in the wet. Good overtake that in the wet. Good slipstream. And this is me at a little track in Wales, Lando Circuit. Busy little track that, especially if you're on a ZX10. You could get around in without going out of second gear. It's a busy little track. You get in trouble quickly at Lando. If you've never been, it's a good track. If you've never raced on a circuit, it's a good track. Go and do a track day there. Tire you out, that's for sure. But it's a good place. So, yeah. So we've got Jake Dixon in 9th. He's just been interviewed on the grid and he's saying that he's having trouble with the suspension, trying to get the bike to rotate in the last part of braking. If he can get that sorted, he could be back up the front of the grid. But he won this race last year at the end of the day. So, you know, it's not like he can't ride Assen. I mean, they can all ride any circuit, but I'm talking about riding and then there's being competitive in it. And these guys are the best in the world. If you're just that fraction of a percent off, it matters. The riders are on the warm-up lap. They're pulling onto the grid. We've got the flagman at the front. Flagman at the back. The flagmen walk off. We've got the lights up. We've got the revs are rising. We are go, go, go. Moto 2 is off at Assen. Aldeguer moving over into Harbox. Is everybody going to get through? Is everybody getting through? They're through turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Then we're going to have the tight left-hander at Struben. They're just going through Ossenbrücken. Now they're in Struben. Aldeguer takes it back off. Oh my word. Dixon, come on Dixon. Takes it off Ayagura at the front again. We'll just let him get through this first lap. Garcia's getting a go at Ayagura. And Tony Arbolino's come into play. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, at the front, Aldeguia is trying to make a break for it already. Very Moto 3-esque, this. Oh, this is tight. This is tight. Oh, going through Stuckenwald there. Now they've just gone through Mandavine. Oh. There they go through Ramshoek, Flat Chat. They're going to be coming into the Gertim chicane. End of lap 1. There'll be 21 to go. If you want to sync with us, now. So we've now got 21 laps to go. We've got Fermin Aldeguia in P1, Ayagura at P2, Tony Arbolino, that's better from Arbolino. He's been off the pace the last few races. He's in P3. Adrian Lopez in P4. Garcia in 5th. Gonzalez in 6th. Moreira 7th. Dixon in 8th, so he's moved up a place. Albert Arenas, who's been going well, although he's lost 3 places on the first lap there, he's in 9th. And Senate Aegis, he's in 10th. Oh my word, Lopez there, that's going to get tight. My word, getting tight at the front. Jeremy Alcoba's got a penalty. I'm not sure what that's for. It'll be something he deserves. Lopez takes Ayagura there. However, he's got to run wide there. He does, and Ayagura takes the place back. We know he can be a bit of a clown though, can't he, Lopez? He's not averse to riding into the side of someone to make a corner. Into the chicane we go. Ayagura takes Arbolino there, so he'll come across the line in second now. Aldeguia's just got a little bit of a break at the front, nothing too severe, maybe half a second. They're doing 136.4s. We've got 20 laps to go. Dixon's moved up to 7th. Going well is Dixon. Tyres are going to be an issue in this race. Garcia just puts in a new race lap record of 136.3. But tyres will play a part. Mark my words, you heard it here first from Jimmy James. We've got Tony Arbolino and Lopez. They're going to be battling it out. Garcia gets the better of Arbolino. So Fermin Aldeguia at the front, Ayagura second, Lopez third, Garcia fourth, Arbolino fifth, Gonzalez sixth, Dixon in seventh. Good effort. Moreira eighth, Albert Arenas ninth, Celestino Vietti now has taken Senate Aegis for that 10th place. 20 laps to go. Tony Arbolino's getting it a little bit squirrely on the power. They'll be coming into the Gertim chicane, and my word, Manuel Gonzalez takes Arbolino there. That was getting extremely tight. Aldeguia into Harbox, about half a second there. Garcia repaid the favour to Lopez there. Dish it out, you're going to get it back, mate, in spades and off more than one rider. New best race lap, Fermin Aldeguia, 136.3. That gap's just stretching at the front now. Ayagura's going to have to get his claws into the back of the leader, try and close that gap. But one thing we do know about Ayagura, he can look after a tyre, and with the temperatures being up, there's every chance that come the last 6-7 laps, Ayagura could be in a good position here. He's just able to ride the lines he wants, look after his tyres, which he does anyway. He's getting put under a little bit of pressure here from Garcia though. Just going through Mandavine now. That gap at the front for Aldeguer is 0.7 of a second. Still Ayagura P2, Garcia P3. That's going to change now though, as Garcia outbreaks Ayagura into the Gert Timmer chicane. That'll be 18 laps to go. And into Harbot, he manages to hold that position. Fermin Aldeguer has got, I'm sure he's got a track limits warning come up already with 18 to go. That's a long way. Just going through Struben now. That's a long way for Aldeguer to go without getting any further track limits warnings. Let's do you a quick top 10 while they go down the Wien-Schlang. Aldeguer P1, Garcia in second, Ayagura third, Lopez fourth, Gonzalez in fifth. Then it's Arbolino, Dixon in seventh, Moreira eighth, Vietti ninth, Albert Arenas in 10th. Got quite a snake here. I'm just trying to look at, you could probably say almost a top 15. Yellow flag in sector 3, I'm not sure who that's for. I'm not sure who that was for, and it's still out there as well. So coming into the chicane now, there's going to be Tony Arbolino has just taken well, he's going to have to give that place back because there's a yellow flag out in sector 3 and Arbolino made the move on Gonzalez, so you'll be giving that one back, I think, mate. Zonta van der Gerberg's crashed out. Somebody else has gone, almost where Marquez went yesterday. Can't see. Now the yellow flags in sectors 1 and 3. Aaron Cannett's gone. Number 44. Canet is out of the race, that's for sure. So at the front, Aldeguer, who's now, he has got a track limits warning already, remember. Who else has gone down there? Albert Arenas has gone. Arenas, he's struggling to get up. Yeah, he'll be alright. He'll be alright. He was just getting to his knees. So yeah, Aldeguer P1, but he has got track limits warning with 17 laps to go. That's a long way, but he's got a lead of a second at the front from Sergio Garcia, then Ayagura in third, Lopez in fourth. Both riders walking away, that's good to see. Jake Dixon, he's up into 7th. Another yellow flag, sector 1. Into Harbot. Arbolino has just been taken again, has just taken Gonzalez. Dixon's there, ready to, he's going to have a look at Gonzalez in a minute, I think. He's just going through Struben. He looks good, Dixon, in Struben. If he gets a good run down the Wien-Schlang now, can he slipstream Gonzalez? No. But he can also look after a tyre, as we know, can Jake Dixon. Don't forget to use the live chat. Let us know who you're thinking. Who's your winner? For me, I'm going Ayagura. currently in third. I think he'll be able to look after his tyre. Any issues that do come later in the race, he's going to be a man to pounce. He's got a good start, so it's not like he's got to come through the pack and use tyre up. Arbolino, as he goes through the Dulcas loot. Now they're going through the Ram's Hook. That gap at the front is up to 1 second now for Aldeguer over Garcia. Aigura. Aigura still holding on to third. He's got Lopez behind him though. Oh, has got to be nervous when Lopez is behind you. I'm surprised at some point I can see Lopez going for some crazy move in the slow left-hander at Struben. You'll see a moment of glory and do something stupid. At the front, P1, Fermin Aldeguer on a track limits warning, 15 laps to go. Second place, Sergio Garcia. Third, Aigura. Fourth, Lopez. Then you've got half a second gap now to Tony Arbolino, Gonzalez and Dixon. You've got Diogo Moreira in there, Songkyak Chantra and Senna Aegis. I'm just hoping that Dixon... I'm trying to watch him, see if we can see him in shot as he comes into Harbock. If you've got any issues, that's not... There's a yellow flag in sector 4. That's not going to be the corner that you want to be having an issue in. Also Struben, where we are now. Ayumu Sasaki's crashed out. So at the front now, it's just starting to get a little bit more spread out. 1.1, almost 1.2 second lead at the front for Aldeguer from Sergio Garcia. He's got the fastest lap of the race as Garcia. You've got Aigura in third. Then there's a little bit of a gap coming now behind Lopez in fourth. A quick top 10 in a second. Yellow flag in sector 4 still. So we've got Aldeguer, Garcia, Aigura and Lopez. That's your top 4. Then you've got a gap of almost half a second to Arbolino, Manny Gonzalez, Jake Dixon. Moreira, Songkyak Chantra, Senna Aegis, Marcos Ramirez. Dennis Fodger in 12th. That's a better showing for Fodger than he's been having recently. 13 laps to go. So a drone coming to shot there. I hope that's an official one from the circuit, because if it's not, they'll stop the race. Yeah, don't forget to use the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. That's what it's there for. Come and say hello. Let us know if you agree that Joe Roberts shouldn't have been allowed to race, because there's a 48-hour ban. If you've received a general anaesthetic, you're not allowed to race. Personally, I think Obviously, medical professionals know what they're doing in theory. You've got to go with what the medical professionals say. Sonkiat Chantra's just making a move forward here now. He's behind Moreira. And then Dixon is in 7th. Chantra's come from 17th to 9th. Obviously, not a true reflection of his pace, his qualifying position. So he's making good moves forward. It's how much tyre he's using though as well. He's going to be using some of it, that's for sure. Gap at the front's up to 1.3 seconds for Audigear. Garcia, Ayagura and Lopez, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Arbolino, Manny Gonzalez, Jake Dixon, that's 5th, 6th and 7th. Sonkiat Chantra now in 8th, he's taken Moreira, who's in 9th, Senna Aegis in 10th. Just watching Dixon there into the left-hander. Debolt. Looks good. He looks good. He doesn't look like he's having to push the front. It's definitely going to be the front tyre that's the issue in this race. Went into the chicane. Move from Dixon here. Good move from Dixon. Takes Gonzalez. 11 laps to go. Next in his sights is going to be Tony Arbolino. Remember, Dixon likes this circuit. He was the winner last year. He's just struggling with the WP suspension, getting that last little bit. Mario Adji demoted 1 position, overtaking under a yellow flag. Easily done, he'd be committed to the move. And no harm done. Arbolino goes under Lopez there now. I expect Lopez to come back with something crazy because he doesn't like giving a position away. Although Arbolino gets that move done. And now Lopez has got Dixon behind him. Oh, I would love this if Dixon could serve it up to him. Not a Lopez fan. Definitely Dixon is not a Lopez fan. There's history there between these two. There was the start coming through Ram's Hook. Can Dixon line Lopez up? We'll find out. Change for second. Ayagura takes Garcia. Right. The lead at the front is 1.5 seconds. Audigear's got over Ayagura. Has Ayagura claimed that second position because he wants to go after Audigear? No. What happened was, going through Hart Hodge Held, it's called, isn't it? Hogger Held or something like that. Garcia ran wide anyway, allowing Ayagura to take the position. And the gap stayed the same at the front, 1.59 seconds. It's just that it's changed from it being to Garcia, it's now to Ayagura. So behind Garcia we've got Tony Arbolino now, but quite a gap now has grown there. Then we've got Lopez behind Arbolino. And then behind Lopez we've got the Brit, Jake Dixon. Still poor that we've only got one Brit really in Moto 2. After Rory Skinner got a bum deal, thanks to, I think, Jeremy Alcoba. and his reckless riding injuring the Scot. Just didn't quite work out for Rory Skinner, which is a shame because he's quick, as we know. So there's 10 laps to go. Now there's 9 laps. They've just gone over the line. 1.7 Aldeguer's lead at the front from Aiguera. Garcia ride on Aiguera's pipe in third. Then there's a gap now to a considerable gap to Tony Arbolino in fourth. Dixon has finally dispatched of Lopez. Come on, Dixon. Next in his sights will be Tony Arbolino. Going to have to keep the forward momentum going though, because Sonkiat Chantra's in 7th. He's made about 10 positions up from the start of the race, but he did qualify out of position. But he's going to be using tyre up, that's for sure. Fermin Aldeguer has now got a long lap penalty. It was a long. He got it so early on in the race that it was always going to be some effort to not transgress onto the green for the rest of the race, and he has done so. So his lead at the front of 1.5 seconds is going to go. Is he going to come into the clutches also of Tony Arbolino and Jake Dixon? And obviously Lopez will be there and Sonkiat Chantra. So there's 9 laps to go, soon to be 8. Now, if you want to sync with us, feel free. So he goes over the line with a 1.3 second lead. Aiguera in second, Garcia third, Dixon fourth. Jake Dixon's in fourth. Aye. What's going on here, Jakey boy? So has Aldeguer done his tyre in? He did heat it up pretty quick at the start when he took off. If you can bring your tyre in at a slower rate, you've got less chance of getting any cold tear on it. You can get it working, not necessarily better, but for longer. If you can get the temperature coming in at a more reasonable rate. So we've now got Fermin Aldeguer in P1. He's got to take his long lap penalty there. And Aiguera's second with Garcia right up his pipe. Then there's a gap to Jake Dixon, who's in fourth. Arbolino in fifth, Lopez sixth, Chantra seventh, Gonzalez eighth, Senna Agius is in ninth, Marcos Ramirez in 10th. So when's he going to take? When's he going to take his long lap penalty? The sign's out, 54. That's his bike number. But he just comes through. Magic is going to go through Osserbrücken now, where he takes his long lap. Close to the green. Did he touch the green there? He did, or was he on the line? Is he going to have to take that again, Aldeguer, just as he was coming to the final part of the long lap penalty, where Osserbrücken is? So it's turn 3. I thought he touched the white line, or maybe he went over it. We'll find out, and if he has, he'll have to take it again. Hopefully he hasn't, for him. So we've now got it all changed at the front. We've got my man, Aiguera, P1, Sergio Garcia, P2, Fermin Aldeguer after he's took his long lap penalty, P3, and then in P4, Jake Dixon. I don't think unless anything happens in front of him, I don't think Dixon's going to have enough to be fighting for a podium. And he might have his hands full with Tony Arbolino trying to take that place back from him. But You never know. Anyone who's got any tyre issues with 7 laps to go knows when you're going to be finding out. So they come over the line now. That'll be 6 laps to go. Ayagura, he can treat his tyres like a lovely lady. He treats them with respect. Until it's that, let's call it sexy time on a bike, when you can destroy the tyre, leave nothing. Leave it all out on the track, leave nothing on the tyre. Aldeguer just getting dropped by the front two here. I've got a feeling he has got a bit of a tyre issues down the Weinschlang there. He's dropping back. He can't make anything up on the brakes. Dixon watch. He's almost 5.5 seconds behind the race at the front. So it's definitely, as things stand, he's racing for 4th. Tony Arbolino putting him under pressure. But top effort by the Brit. So as things stand, it looks like with 6 laps to go, Ayagura and Garcia, the win's going to be between these two. Aldeguer is close enough though. If he puts in a couple of good sectors, he could be catching up to that in. It's only half a second. In fact, it looks like he's closed it up already. Into Harbox, there's only about 8 bike lengths between him and Garcia. So Chantra is up to 6 now. He's just taken Lopez. Well done, Chantra. That's what we like to see. Yeah, and Aldeguer, whether he just took his time, cleaned his tyres up after he had to take the long lap loop, because it won't be as clean out there. But he's right on the back now of Garcia. So, scrap that. It's a 3-horse race at the front. Got the 2 MT helmets riders, Ayagura and Garcia. And Fermin Aldeguer has just took half a second out of the lead too in a matter of corners. So he has got, to answer the question about tyres, he's got plenty of tyre left underneath him. Or he certainly should have as much as the front two. Oh my word. And he's looking there, Aldeguer, at Garcia as they go through Ram's Hook, but decides not to. He's lining the move up though, is Garcia. On Ayagura, pushes him a little bit wide, only a yard. Doesn't lose any momentum. But it was a case of, for Garcia, take your teammate, Ayagura, or Aldeguer's coming through for second. He didn't want that. Ayagura says into Harbox, well, I'll have that place back, thank you very much. And Aldeguer is just watching this, waiting for something to happen, where there's a good chance he'll get a position without having to make a move, because Garcia or Ayagura is going to make a mistake. They just come out of Distribution now, and now they'll be powering down the Weinschlang Slipstream City. Not as effective on a Moto 2 bike, because they have got that little bit more power with the 765. Little bit of loss of on the rear there for Garcia. Just lost a little bit of momentum as he lost traction, and just that split second, Aldeguer pounces, takes second place off Garcia. Aldeguer's a little bit wide there though. Takes a late apex, no problem there. Garcia remains in third. Jake Dixon's 6 seconds behind, but he's in 4th place. Got Tony Arbolino 0.3 of a second behind him though. And then menacingly, a further 0.2 of a second is Songkyak Chantra. made up 11 places roughly from his qualifying position. So at the front, it's a 3-horse race. Ran a little bit late on the brakes there, Garcia. He got sucked into the corner, into Harbock behind Aldeguer, and he had it sideways going in, lost momentum. Then he's got his foot off the peg there as he's going through Osnabrück, and now into Struben. It looks like it looks like Garcia's got a little bit of an issue with his front tyre. It's looking a bit dark around the edge, so maybe he's done, because at the minute now, Ayagura, my man, told you, Ayagura can look after a tyre. They've kind of dropped Garcia now with 3 laps to go. So we've got Ayagura from Aldeguer, then almost 0.8 of a second now back to Sergio Garcia, or Garcia if I was Spanish, but as we're not, it's Garcia. He may be settling now for third. Aldeguer doesn't look planted on the front, but he's not losing any ground here through the Ramshook. Ayagura, close, he's riding on the brakes there, does Aldeguer, going through the Gert Timmer chicane, but can't get that move done. Ayagura plants his bike perfectly, but he's looking menacing, Aldeguer, I've got to be honest. 2 laps to go. Garcia's done. Dixon looks pretty secure in 4th now. Oh, he did. Sonkiat Chantra is something going wrong with the timing with Dixon and Sonkiat Chantra. 3/4 of a second Chantra is behind. It went 74 thousandths of a second then. I thought, either Dixon's made a mistake or there's an issue with the timing screen. It was an issue with the timing screen. So at the front, forget Garcia now. He's got nailed on third unless anything ridiculous happens. For the win, we've got Ayagura in P1. Ride on his pipe and looking good. Aldeguer. Garcia, as I've said, in P3. Then the gap of 5.5 seconds back to Dixon in P4. Excellent job. Aldeguer looks like he's struggling with the front here and the rear there. Ooh. They're going through the Ramshook there, and Aldeguer is on the he's on the limit and the ragged edge as he breaks into the Gert Timmer chicane. 1 lap to go. Ayagura, P1, Aldeguer ride on his pipe. Into Harbock. Hits his mark, does Ayagura, braking perfectly. Into Magic. Now round the long right-hander at Osnabrück. Then they're going to have the left-hander of Struben, and he's just pulled an extra bike length out there as Ayagura. Under the brakes, Aldeguer makes some of it back up. Now they're going to power out down the Bienschlang. Can Aldeguer get any slipstream? Going to be Ruschenhock, then they'll go through the right-hander at Stackenval. Gap stays the same at the front. Ayagura's looking good. Now they take the left at De Bilt. Then it's going to be the right-hander at Mandeveen. Ayagura's got this. Aldeguer can't keep this pace up. Dulkersloot powering all the way down the back straight now. Through the Ramshook. Flat chat for Ayagura. And there's no way from there into the Gert Timmer chicane that he is going to get outbraked by Aldeguer, and that's a comfortable win for my man Ayagura from Aldeguer. Garcia does come across in third. Can Dixon hold on for 4th? Boom. Have a bit of that. Jake Dixon. 4th place. Sonkat Chantra, a great ride from 5th to 5th, from 17th, I think. Tony Arbolino in 6th. Marcos Ramirez 7th. Adrian Lopez 8th. Manny Gonzalez 9th. Top 10. Senna Aegis. Then you've got Vietti, Foggia, Alcoba, Ben Schneider, and Darren Binder is your last point scorer. Timed that to perfection, did Ayagura. Looked after his tyre in the early part, stayed in the top 3, didn't get involved in anything that was going on. Aldeguer got an early track limits warning. So running on the green, as we know, you cannot do it. Or else you get what Arbolino did get, which was a long lap penalty, which took him out of the lead when he had about 1.5 seconds over Ayagura and Garcia. But he did come back to catch up with the front two. Managed to dispatch of Garcia after he had front tyre issues. You could see a little bit of wear on the right-hand side. But he couldn't get back in front of Ayagura. And he timed it perfectly, did the Japanese, to take his win. Fully deserved. We're going to be back in about 5 to 1 with MotoGP. Join us then. Hit subscribe. I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. We'll be back shortly.